Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. It's day 10 for Spellbinder's Crafty Advent Calendar. The progression towards Christmas seems to be picking up pace. I'm really enjoying opening up these daily surprises and spending a little bit of time crafting. It is refuge from all the busyness. And day 10 is such a special reveal. Just look at this gorgeous floral etched die set. I started off with all of my die cutting. The flowers are going to be built from combinations of 3 shades of red cardstock. The leaves and berry stem have been cut from dark gray. Although the die cutting does take a little bit of time, the assembly of the flowers is quick and easy. I've created 3 different sizes of flowers, and as I put the layers together, I line up that little etched line between the petals with the die cut that I'm popping on. And the flowers are finished off with dark gray die cut centers. In preparation for the daily posting, I do open up the doors early. Planning ahead, I have doubled up on the flowers for an upcoming project. The assembly is finished up by popping on some pretty red berries onto the branches. So I'm pretty sure I've said this 100 times, but dealing with small die cuts using a jewel picker just makes it so much easier. I'm going to use the stencil set from day 7 to create a background. The first of 3 stencils is placed on the panel, and I use a little bit of low-tack tape to hold it in place. Working with positively saturated inks, seafoam will be applied to the first layer. For stenciling, I like to use blender brushes. In addition to the tape, I do use my other hand to hold that stencil in place so it doesn't shift as the ink is being applied. Then I'm ready to move on to stencil 2. The full panel will be stenciled. I'll be lining up these stencils and using them 4 times to get this all over design. Because of this, the registration marks on the stencils are not being inked up. The design is easily aligned from one stencil to the next. For layer 2, I'm applying Surf. The inks that I'm working with come in trios. These color families take the guesswork out of putting different tones of color together. I'll finish up my final layer with a very rich blue called Ocean. As I continue creating this overall design, I don't bother cleaning off the ink off the first 2 stencils because the ink is so light. However, with stencil 3 with this dark blue, it is difficult to see the design, so I do give this one a wipe. So now back to stencil 1, and you can see how easily this is lined up to the previously stenciled design. And I continue with my same ink pattern, and I'm applying seafoam to stencil 1. And then I just continue in this manner until the entire panel is stenciled. The panel was die cut with one of the dies from notched corner frames. After creating an arrangement in the center of the panel, I'll use a combination of liquid adhesive and foam squares to adhere everything. The large flower was adhered directly to the panel, and the medium size and small flowers will be adhered with foam squares. After I've adhered 3 little red die-cut circles, then the panel is going to be mounted onto black sheet foam that has been die-cut with the same die from the notch corner frames. An A2 size white card base is being matted with dark gray cardstock, the same cardstock that was used to cut the leaves and the berry stems. The mat measured 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and then the foam backed panel is centered onto it. The sentiment from me to you is from day 4. The shadow dies were used to cut white sheet foam and soft blue vellum. After the adhesive is placed on the vellum, it needs to be smoothed out, otherwise the lines of glue will show. Scripty words were die cut from red cardstock dotted with glue and then lined up on the shadow die cuts. and then they're adhered to the card front. And the stencil design makes it easy to get them on straight. The card is finished up with teal opalescent sequins. Give them a jewel-like finish. I top them up with Nouveau Crystal Drops Morning Dew. And that completes day 10 of Spellbinder's Crafty Advent Calendar. These florals are absolutely gorgeous, and so you're going to be seeing them again. Stay tuned for day 11. As always, I appreciate your visit.